All right. Thanks so much for having me today. My presentation is about supporting the academic success of international students during COVID-19, and it will be discussing the online study support programs, and it's in Charles Sturt University Study Centres. So in this session, I will discuss, I'll introduce myself and the role I'm doing in the Charles Sturt University. I'm based in Melbourne, so we have some centers as well. And I will discuss the challenge of international students faced during COVID-19. It's a personal reflection of the students I have met during the period from March till now on daily basis. I will also discuss upon these challenge, how we worked as a team to provide the students with the study support programs that can help them achieve well in their study journey in such a difficult time. I am also, mainly I will focus on my program. I'm managing the intervention program as well. It's a multitasking job, but the focus will be on how students were struggling to achieve their academic progress during this time, and how I'm working very hard to help them achieve well. So introducing myself, I am Seham Shwayli. I am academic advisor, or we call it in our center study support coordinator. I am a lecturer as well in the faculty of Business, Social Sciences and Justice at Charles Sturt University. I'm also teaching in the area of computing and mathematics as a lecturer of developing communication skills to IT students. All right, so I'm talking in this presentation about my case, or my place in Melbourne, because Charles Sturt University have 3 centers, Melbourne, Brisbane and Sydney. So, and the place is 100% international students cohort. And we are doing 3 areas of study: business, IT, and accounting for undergraduate and postgraduate students. My role is not just an academic advisor, helping students to do their assignments and helping students to research or to publish their research papers. It's also meeting with the students on a daily basis from March till now to help them achieve well in their academic study. So I will start of some of the challenges that international students facing because of the virus, coronavirus, and in my place. So. Before I start, I have to say, all the students I have met are really happy what we are doing and what we have done to them, and how Australia deals with the virus. I will also focus on some academic and non-academic areas. So in the academic areas, students find it's, so because they are a face-to-face course students, so they did not expect they are going to, the transition to online for many of them in a short period, within 2 weeks, it was really hard, especially for accounting students and those dealing with mathematic materials. So they revealed that was really challenging to them. And I would say they prefer face-to-face because they are international students. International students come with like kind of, let's say, different cultural learning values, different also the language proficiency. They want to learn more than those domestic students we have. Like I felt like it's really challenging because they are international students, and also their like, let's say, learning previous learning experiences. Some of them come from really low socioeconomic background with no laptops or no technology like with their learning. So it was really hard also to provide like a laptop or a device for them. Once they approached the online exam, it was really also challenging for them. And taking exam also created lots of issues for them. Some of them could not manage their time while they were doing their final exam in the first term, and also some of them had poor connection. Some of them could not connect to their exam site. So all of these technical issues, also the hardware, software problems, technical issues they faced, they could not, even we provided with lots of support and information to how to access to your exam, but some of them could not pass, could not find these stuff online. We have many students who are overseas. They are stuck overseas and they are learning with us from their countries. So the time difference is, it's really hard for them also to connect with us. Isolation, the COVID-19 like restrictions also affected their English language proficiency. So one of the main like goals for coming to Australia is to improve language, the spoken one, the like learning while working in the workplace, and interactions with to know the Australian culture. And they face lots of difficulties in using English. Low interaction and class satisfaction. They said, okay, the time was so limited, 3 hours, just content focus on like the lecturers, instructors were focusing on mostly on the content, not the interaction. And as you know, it was a really limited time also to develop our professional teaching skills to tackle everything. Other things that I was like really involved with the students, they were facing the financial crisis and difficulties, which has increased since lockdowns in March. Some international students are really supported by their families or scholarships, and others are managing their costs. However, many of them were struggling with housing and moving and finding cheap places, and and that's also affected their academic study. And many of them living in shared rooms, and so there is no kind, let's say, of privacy once they take the final exam or the online exam. And also they like complain they can't even have their special studies places, and they were so kind of scared of some contact issues, and like some of them are going to their workplaces and come back with some symptoms. So they said, I can't like contact my colleague in the same household. Employment difficulties, and it's really impacting them in terms of getting some like, let's say, tuition fees and paying their daily essentials. Job losses. Most of the students that I worked with lost their jobs. their work shift reduced and payments delays. So all of these things were affecting their, to be honest, mental health. And they were like, to be honest as well, students relied on their like families to help them, and even families back home were affected by the financial crisis. Most of the students also have appealed for assistance from Charles Sturt, and the financial stress led many students to seek counseling services, and the financial support from Charles Sturt ranged from payment extension tuition to emergency hardship grants, but to be honest, that wasn't enough to help students like overcome these challenges. Many students were planning to go back home on holidays to refresh and help saving the cost of living in Melbourne, but they were locked in here. They could not, and many of them are stuck and suffer the pandemic, especially those with low socioeconomic groups. Some of them were expecting coming to Melbourne, I am going to study, work and pay my fees and send some money to my family, but that created also lots of tensions to both sides, to their families and to themselves. Students' families at home country also have been affected in terms of health and finance. What does it mean? It means like, okay, I am here, but my mother got the virus or tested positive. I can't focus. I am so sad. I want to visit her. I want to see her. And at this situation, they come to see me. I can't do my work. Please help me. And I refer them to the counselor to deal with the situation. They are really worried about their family's health, and a few of them unfortunately lost their loved ones back home. And some of the students were applying to get their families here in Melbourne, but they couldn't because of the borders shut since March. And this has also created kind of disappointment to them. Moving to the positive part in my presentation. Since like March, we moved to virtual services, and I am a multitasking like person doing all of these stuff with three of the team members in the study support team, or academic advisors, and we call them also study support coordinators. So we started to design ASDP as a virtual workshop and offering these online with links to Zoom. And also we recorded all the workshops, and we included the online learning workshops, like tips of how to learn, how to manage your time, and online exam skills workshops to help them not to feel isolated, not to feel that I don't know this thing. And also we are on week 12 this week, and last week we provided them with the online exam skills workshops, and also we invited course coordinators, academics to answer their questions relevant to the subject content. We also provided individual consultations via Zoom room to help students do their assignments and research papers and publications. And this is one of my favorite areas, helping students to publish their work, because we have many students doing a master's degree, also bachelor's, but the masters are really interested in doing their research. Individual consultations are 30 minutes. sometimes it's extended in the virtual environment, it's extended to more than sometimes 40 minutes. It's not 30 minutes. And we worked with the students collaboratively to help them. We have the student leaders' involvement in our programs. So we have the PASS or the peer-assisted study sessions. So the students who pass their subjects with high distinctions are selected and employed by university to help their peers. So after the lecture, let's say today the lecture is finishing at 12. So immediately the students have the link while in the lecture, and we have also a site on Ireland to publish these sessions. So for after the lecture, for those who are facing like difficulties in understanding their the concept or something, so these students are helping. We helped thousands, so I forget to tell that we have about 5,000 students in our center. So the successful transition enhanced by peers, these are also student leaders doing communications with students. So once the pandemic was on, we started to call students in a campaign called "Are You Okay Online?" So we called all the 5,000 students, making sure they are okay, they are dealing with the pandemic in a good way, and they have good connection with us. And also we answered the questions and we provided them with the resources. We have the next one, what would you call it, DSL, the online session. These are like kind of a Q&A relevant to the subject that the students are taking. So we answer their questions. It's also like student leaders, and they pass their subjects with high distinctions, and they are really good communicators, like good online communicators, and they receive training and also support from staff to help them helping their peers. We have the library resources all turned into online, and also we are helping the library staff to do their work in terms of sometimes we work together to deliver the EndNote workshops and other research services. I work closely with the counselor, so because of the as I explained the things that students told me, so I always refer the student to student well-being and to individual counseling with the counselor. So I work on everyday basis with the counselor to help students overcome their difficulties. Very quickly, I'm going to focus on the program that I am running, which is the intervention program for those students who faced unsatisfactory academic progress during the COVID. So once the exam finished in June, students receive their results. So if they fail 50% of the study load, let's say 2 subjects out of 4 subjects, they were immediately notified by university and telling them, you will have to meet with the academic advisor or the intervention coordinator, that's me, to tell her what happened, why, how can you progress next term. I meet the students online on one-on-one Zoom appointments, and they have to, I create with them individual plan to progress next term, and I follow up with them every week. I discuss with them, what did you do in this assignment? What did you do with housing difficulties? Did you finish that problem? Did you? So by the end of the term, those students, I had this term about 350 students who failed last term. So from, I have to at least as a KPI for me, but I am over the KPI. I am managing this group to all of them to pass this term. They are all enrolled and they have to pass. So this is my last, thank you, Mariam, to tell me. This is my last slide. So I'm providing the intervention program data. Those students who failed their studies, we classify them as at risk. Those, the first term students at risk of grade outstanding, those who have AE, additional exam or additional assignments, and also we have the last chance of students who fail previous term and this term, but they have AE exams, and we have the shock cause against exclusion. The last bit, those students who fail 2 terms, but university is deciding to exclude them from the course. So I believe like last time I've done really good job with, so I had 587, but I could manage like 56 meetings with those students, and I have to say, like, once some students are dropped from this list, sorry, I forgot that, and I am still working with many students on everyday basis, with lecturers, with course coordinators, with academic directors, to solve their problems, to help them. And also, as I said, I'm teaching a group of IT students, but the focus of the teaching material is communication skills. Thanks so much for your attention. I'm happy you asked me any questions relevant to international students' issues. This is my email address. So thanks so much. Thank you, Mariam, and thank you all.
Thank you, Seham. You actually make me tired just listening to you. I don't know how you manage that many students. That's incredible.
It is really hard job, but the passion of support for this cohort it is the motivator to help every day. So they made my life every day from quiet to very busy time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lockdown.
Lockdown was not so isolated for you.
Yeah. So I don't know how to
stop sharing.
To approach the questions.
There you go. Yeah, if people could just put their questions in the chat, you can just take some time now to answer them as the next presenters start.
Thanks, Sujata. Thanks, Sinani.
And Seham, I just wanted to say too, thank you so much for sharing what's happening in other universities. Sometimes we can just silo and understand our own context. So we really value hearing what's happening in Charles Sturt.
Thanks. I'm really happy to receive any question relevant to a student, their circumstances, what's behind the scene before they come to class and before they meet their lecturers. Thank you so much.